What's up, everyone? It's your boy BLAZEDxENFERNO.
And I'm Eknight117, and welcome back to the episode of the Infernal Gaming Podcast, which is 60.
That's right, man. That's right. We're recording this podcast. What's it? 5:15. So the day before it comes out, man. So you know what I mean? It's fresh off the presses. If you're new to the show, just know you can listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. The links are in the description. Also, check out our personal links as well, because we be doing a lot of other different shit. I mean, a lot of different content. And also remember to rate the show 5 stars on Apple and Spotify. It helps us out by just leaving. Like, you don't even have to do a full review. Just hit the stars and go about your business, man. Boom. What's good, gang? How you feeling, man?
Kind of tired.
I feel you, dog. Listen, I just did for those who were for those of you guys that were there, this past week was Too Litty Week, which was kind of like an event I did to just kind of show love to the community, get the community together to do some different things. I streamed for 7 days. I did 7 different streams. It ended it off with a motherfucking what was supposed to be a 24-hour that turned into a 25-hour. That ended up being 27 hours at the end because it was just like, fuck it, man. Like we crushed the goal. We went crazy. We really crushed the goal. Like I really wasn't expecting. I don't really be expecting too much money wise from streaming, just because that's just who I am. Like I'm doing it because I love to do it. But the fact that, you know what I mean, people financially support what I do, I appreciate that, man. And
Yep.
for anybody that, you know, that participated, just watched, all of that shit is gratefully appreciated, man. But we back with a regular week. It feels weird to not be streaming like every fucking day, but it feels good at the same time. But we got a good show here for you today. We got a lot. We really all got a lot to talk about. So this might be, and I know I always say this might be a pretty short episode. I mean, at the end of the day. Eni, how you feeling though? What you been playing lately, man?
I've been playing a lot of Halo, been playing a little bit of Overwatch, and playing a little bit of COD.
Okay.
And some SEG. Rainbow Six SEG.
Okay. Yeah, that's good shit, man. That's good shit. Y'all probably already know what I've been playing. Just duty. Trying to catch up in Destiny right now. Finish this fucking battle pass because we got like a week left until the next season. Which we should have put on the show notes, but I guess that's a good segue in the, you know, a topic. New season of Destiny, season 21, Season of the Deep, I think it's called, comes out should start next week at least. It should start next week. The theme is like this underwater theme. A lot of people are thinking we're going back to Neptune, I believe it is.
Going back to Titan?
The Titan, yeah, we're going back to Titan, yup.
That'd be lit. I miss Titan.
Yeah, man, we're going back to Titan. Let's see. I just got an article up from Game Rant. Yeah, we're going back. Was it Titan that? Yeah, Titan.
Yeah, Titan of the Ocean.
Yeah, we're getting Deputy Commander Sloan. She's coming back. She got some new tricks of her own. Apparently, it looks like in the picture her arm is like half taken, so she's like, I guess, like part taken or whatever. So you know what I mean? Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be pretty dope, man. You know what I mean? I mean, this current season that we were in, Season of Defiance, was pretty good. So I'm expecting nonetheless. I just don't like the way this armor looks. I think this armor is ugly, like with the seashells and shit like that. I'm not really feeling that little under the sea vibe. But hey, man, you're not gonna like everything that they come out with. You know what I mean, I'm gonna link it so you can take a look. I think you already seen it though.
I've probably seen it, yeah.
Yeah, it's in the show notes. You think you're gonna be coming back to Destiny for season 21?
Bro, I shouldn't even came back for Lightfall. That was
Why you say that?
I came back and then I played it and I was like, it's still kind of the same. They
Yeah,
added the strange one, which is cool, but it's such a pain in the ass to just get the new subclass. And I'm like, I really don't want to regrind this for my other characters.
yeah, that's the one thing I feel like Destiny campaigns do wrong. I feel like I'm not saying we should get the full power from the beginning, but we should get like some of it because it just kind of makes it to where it's like you don't care about the story because all you want to do is get to the point where you get the new cool power. They might as well just give it to you. Like they did the same thing with Beyond Light. Like they kept the stasis shit all the way into the end, used it throughout the campaign, but you didn't fully unlock it until the end. It was just, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know why we're like I don't know. It's just to get you playing longer and more likely to buy stuff, I guess. I don't know. Because like I think it would have been fine if I unlocked Strand like on the 4th mission instead of the last mission.
Mm-hmm.
Like I get it's supposed to be like, oh you went they had like a weird 80s training montage thing you did and like it was funny for like 2 seconds, but like after that it was like why am I going through a training montage when I'm like every time I want to use Strand I have to touch this little rope thing and then it's like the only time you get to fully use it as a subclass is like the last mission. I'm like, nah. I want to use that jump like all the time. Like same thing with the other subclass they introduced with the ice and shit. Like I feel like what they should do throughout the campaign is like get the subclass halfway through and then allow you to progress through the extra nodes for the subclass to get like, you know, the modifiers for it. You know what I mean? Because then that doesn't feel like I just played the campaign, and I don't even know if I'm gonna like the campaign. Like, not a lot of people liked Lightfall's campaign. I didn't. It was it was an okay campaign. There's some good parts, some bad parts. The beginning's always pretty cool. Ending's all right. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'll be returning to Destiny anytime soon. Let me know when they introduce space combat, and I'll do that.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen. At this point, we just need a Destiny 3. Once we get Destiny 3,
You just need like, fuck it. I'm not even gonna play Destiny anymore. Let's go play Star Citizen.
hey man.
It's like my credit card for a spaceship. Fuck it. Might as well now.
You got it. You got it. So let's talk about something that everybody's excited about, man. All right. Breaking news from Charlie Intel, man. And this is a reliable source. If you don't know who Charlie Intel is, on Twitter, they pretty much get like all of the Call of Duty leaks like all the time. It must just be somebody in-house that's just leaking this shit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, we're getting a new Call of Duty this year. I know they said we weren't going to, but I guess they changed their mind. I know a couple months ago, there was rumors that, you know, whoever at Activision was just like, yo, whatever they were working on, for whatever DLC that they were planning for Modern Warfare 2, they were just like, yo, we might turn this into a full game. And apparently that's it. We're reportedly getting Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 this year. The game will have its own large Warzone map with its season 1 launching December 5th. Modern Warfare 3 is reportedly dropping November 10th of this year.
And that's like this fucking shit just came out. Coming out with another one already. We're going back to old COD ways.
Now, this is the scary thing, right? I did my own research on this before this. Reportedly, this next game isn't even going to be made by Infinity Ward. It's all Sledgehammer. They're doing the entire game. And if you don't know, Sledgehammer kind of has a iffy track record at this point. They were responsible for Vanguard, World War II, and Advanced Warfare. And technically, they did do the original Modern Warfare 3. That was back when Infinity War was going through their shit and they left Activision like halfway through the development. So Raven Software and Sledgehammer were responsible for finishing the original Modern Warfare 3. So they'll be working on this next one. How you feel about all this, E-Night?
I mean, I spent $70. Did I spend $70? $60 on COD. Modern Warfare 2. And they're coming out with another one. I just feel bad for all the people who drop money for cosmetics. Because, like, if it's not going to be like a Vanguard situation where they just, you know, it's the same game, but they just like, this is the year of Vanguard. Or whatever. Then, I don't know. Seems kind of dumb. I feel like they're in a good place with COD right now. And
I mean, you're right. I'll keep it real with you. You're right, but you're also wrong at the same time. Yeah, because like, here's the thing, right? I play a lot of Duty. I got a lot of friends that play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
A lot of people are leaving Call of Duty. Like the numbers have been dropping a lot lately. I think season 3 was just kind of lackluster. Didn't give what a lot of people, I guess, were hoping that we were gonna get. I do agree. I think this season 3 was kind of eh. I mean, there was only one way to go, and that was up with season 2. But like season 3 could have really went like anywhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because season 1 we got Warzone, season 2 we got Resurgence. In season 3 we just got a couple new game modes. We finally got Gunfight. We got Face Off, which was, if you remember back in the day, Team Tac, which was that 4v4 mosh pit. Now they got a 3v3 mosh pit for multiplayer, which is really good. I like that. I had fun with that. It brought a bunch of changes to DMZ, which is like my favorite mode in this new Call of Duty. But other than that, it was like kind of lackluster, man. Like this. I think we got like one new multiplayer map, if anything. Like I don't even think we got a new multiplayer map now.
No, we did. It's actually it looks like it's ripped from the campaign. It's like the sniper mission with you and
yeah, that just came out. That just came out on Wednesday.
Yeah.
But before then we got the
other one.
Gold, Black Gold, and then the Lighthouse John.
There was the Lighthouse John was new to me because I you know me, I played mainly just DMZ just to fuck with people because it's fun.
Yeah, DMZ's great. They just need to. There's a lot of glitches that kind of fuck it up.
They fleshed it out a bit more this past season. You can do a lot more. I still think that they should have done their own thing when it comes to inserting. Should have been kind of like Warzone where you drop in with your team. But I guess it's just to prevent spawn camping or whatever. But it is what it is. I just think it's kind of dumb for them to like. All right, let's say season 3 is lackluster. The response of releasing an entirely brand new game seems like kind of an overreaction. People are gonna leave games naturally because they've played the shit out of it and they just need a break from it. They'll come back, but like, you don't need to. Dude, it's like millions of people play COD. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal if like a bunch of people leave, because they'll come right back for the next season, so on and so forth. There's like a shit ton of games they gotta play. We gotta put in the hours for all of our battle passes because they all expire. So like, I don't think it's an issue of like what COD's putting out. Like, yes, season 3 might be lackluster, but like season 4 might be good. And I would take it like this. If season 3 of Call of Duty is lackluster, then this season of Apex is going to be better, right?
I mean,
so then you would focus playing more on Apex than you would Call of Duty, and then you get to enjoy that game till you burn out of that, and then boom, Diablo's out. You can play the shit out of that while all those seasons peter out. Like, I don't think it's like a bad thing if a season isn't perfect. You know what I mean? I think it just gives you the opportunity to step away from the game before you get burned out and fatigue, and then
Mm-hmm.
play something else. Like, I'll rotate. This is my rotation so far is Halo. I'll play the shit out of Halo when the new season drops, right? And have my fill of that, play custom games, all that. Then I'll drop back into MCC for a little bit, and then I'll drop into COD just to check out the new shit, and play with the boys. And then I'll go back to Siege. Like, just constantly rotating through games. Like, there's no I'm not getting burnout of playing any one game because I'm constantly changing between games. And then on my off time I'm playing Overwatch, but I don't really care about Overwatch to the point where I want to buy a battle pass. I just play it because it's really fast to get games in quick match, and the gameplay is smooth.
Okay.
So, yeah, this season of COD is kind of shit. I wouldn't worry too much. It's just, it seems like it's an overreaction from Activision's part to make a shit ton of money off a launch of a game that might not be ready to be launched. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we go back to that question of why am I paying $70 for this game that's half finished?
Yeah, man. Listen, dog. I don't want to get into a big ass conversation about it. I've been saying for years that I think Call of Duty just needs to take a nice little break. Kind of maybe go that Destiny route, make a good Call of Duty, build upon it, and just keep that game going for maybe like a year or two or three. I'm not gonna go to the extreme of like somebody like shout out Mr. Gundar, where he's just kind of on some type time where I get what he's saying, but at the same time, it's like he wants Call of Duty to just be gone like completely for like a long time to make people like quote unquote miss it again. And I understand that part because I too would like to miss Call of Duty again. I feel like it's been such a long time since we actually like missed the Call of Duty. You know what I mean, if that makes sense, it's been a long time.
I feel
So
like, how long was 2019 out before Warzone, before COD 2 came out? Like 3 years?
What before what the next Call of Duty came out?
Yeah, before the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
2019 to 2022, but you had Cold War and you had Vanguard in between that.
Yeah, but those are more like expansions on the same game.
They were still full games and like not necessarily because
Yeah,
Cold War played completely different than both of them. It's Vanguard that was like a copy and paste, complete copy and paste of Modern Warfare
yeah, but I didn't
2019.
have to buy, like, I didn't have to go to like a new, like, you know, a separate launcher to launch this game. It was just a part of the 2019 COD, right?
Nah, it didn't work that seamless. It does now though, but it didn't work that seamless. Like,
Okay.
cause see, Call of Duty even admitted it, like, you know, like Activision admitted it that they're trying to sell Call of Duty as like a service instead of like just multiple games. That's why, like, if you look at like Modern Warfare 2's menu, you can literally launch like Vanguard, Cold War, and 2019 all on the like same game. Because for console people who remember, Warzone on the last on the last on the last fuck, like Warzone 1 was like an entirely separate game from like whatever game was coming out that year. Like, yeah, you had like all the games on that one page and you could switch to them, but you had to like literally launch another game. Now it's like it's kind of like all seamless. So if you have Vanguard installed, you can literally just seamlessly switch over to Vanguard. Or even Warzone 2. Warzone 2 is just built in the Modern Warfare 2. So you
Yeah.
don't have to download anything like a totally different game like you did with the last Sean.
Okay. I mean, yeah, but all the guns are all distributed throughout the different modes and shit, though, right? Like,
Yeah,
Vanguard's guns were still available for Warzone and everything like that.
But that was the problem, and I do think they're gonna address that, and they're gonna fix that issue.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that was kind of like the downfall of like Warzone 1, is that at one point it just became like way too much. Like you had like literally like 200 guns in like one fucking game mode. So it just became like a little bit too much. I think they're gonna like try to stay away from that model.
Well, it looks like they released 2 new guns each fucking season.
It's
And
3. It's
is
usually
it 3?
Well, this season was 4.
What the fuck?
So in the battle pass, there's 2. There's the Cronin, and then there's the intervention. And then when the reloaded comes out, whatever that is, it's usually like in the middle of the season. There's like a gun or 2 that drops.
Okay.
So we got 2 pistols on Wednesday. We got the Tech 9, and then we got a full auto Desert Eagle.
It seems like they could have just made an attachment for that, but all right.
I forget what it was last season. Last season we got the ISO, the shotgun, and then when Reloaded came out, we got the Tempest, which was a battle rifle. A pretty good battle rifle at that.
All right. I mean, like, you think they'll just start vaulting weapons like Bungie does?
I think like when this new map comes out, there's gonna be like limitations of what you can bring to the map. Like there'll be like
a Warzone map?
Yeah, because we're apparently getting a new Warzone map with this Modern Warfare 3. So maybe you'll only be able to use Modern Warfare 3 guns in this Modern Warfare 3 map.
I mean, I guess they could also just make game modes that just regulate it too.
Maybe. Who knows, man? Personally, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it. Do I want to buy it? Fuck no. I really wanted Call of Duty to just kind of build on Modern Warfare 2, because Modern Warfare 2 is good. And I wish a lot of my friends saw it that way, but you know, Activision doesn't do a good job of keeping people's faith strong.
Yeah, it's whatever. Like, COD will probably always be here for the next like millennia.
Yeah.
I don't think it's too deep. I just think it's just a gross overreaction to like release something that we've had like probably I want to say like maybe not even a year since it came out.
Yeah.
Like Call of Duty 2 just came out. So it's kind of concerning that they're going to release a full game. Like, and when I say full game, I don't mean like Vanguard style. I mean like just like a totally separate entity from what we have here.
Yeah.
It's just a little weird.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see what becomes of it, man.
Yeah.
Let's keep it. What's up?
I was gonna say, speaking of games launching and stuff, let's talk about the current debacle or past debacle of Redfall.
Yeah, we didn't talk about Redfall last podcast, did we?
No, because I think it happened after that podcast came out.
Okay. Yeah,
Same thing with Survivors, because that was like a week apart from that shit.
No, we talked about Survivors. We did.
Did we?
Yeah, we did talk about Survivors on the last John. I remember that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, take the floor with this Redfall shit.
Yeah, Redfall was a $70 game. Just straight up.
It did launch on Game Pass, and I think that's how majority of people played it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, luckily for those people who played it on Game Pass, got to try it out without having to drop a whole damn near $100 on it. Like, you know, they got to see that it was complete dog shit, and then not lose too much time or money on it. It's still like, if you know your game is in that state, why are we launching it? Why is this a thing? Like, it's pretty much like not making me confident for games like Starfield coming out later. You know what I mean? And even Phil Spencer has like actually admitted fault for this shit.
Yeah, I saw that. He
Like,
actually like took responsibility for it coming out the way it did, which shout out to him, dog. Shout out to him. Shout out to him for that, man.
but it's still like a situation where it's like, all right, so you took responsibility for Redfall, and I watched the interview that he did when he did that, and it's for the most part he's not gonna try and take away the team's creativity, and while I value creativity of the the dev team, it's still like it seems like a few QA testing probably could have been like, hey, the game's not ready to come out.
Mm-hmm.
And rather than having all this bad PR and a dud of a game, which, I mean, like, to be fair, this is their, like, first co-op looter shooter style game from, what is it? id Software? But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like, okay, we have, plenty of games that replicate this formula, Borderlands being one that comes to mind. Two, it's more about the performance and then like the AI of the enemies just not working properly. So like I don't think that even if they were inexperienced in this type of genre, that this would kind of like excuse them from the overall performance of a game. Because a game can come out, right? And the mechanics can be just like okay or kind of bad and not really work too well, but the game will still run good. You know what I mean? Like it won't lag. There's not going to be all these glitches and weird shit. So it's coming down to like we're paying damn near $70, and I'm like hesitant to buy Diablo 2, which is going to come out, or Diablo 4 technically. It's coming out in like a few days, or not even a few days, like a couple weeks, and I'm like, I don't want to buy this game because based on the the beta, even though it was fun, there was still some technical issues that I feel like could be fixed. And if I buy it day one, $70, and I go in there and I can't log on because even though they stress test the server, it's still like getting swarmed by millions of people. Or even after that week of like, server testing, everything's still like jittery, jumping around. There's a bunch of bugs and stuff. Certain things are broken. I'm not gonna want to drop a whole $70. Like I'm just gonna wait, I'm gonna wait until I know the game's gonna be fixed. The same thing with Jedi Survivors. Like you wanted to buy the game, I wanted to buy the game, but I haven't finished the first one, so that was like my excuse. And in a way, it kind of saved me the disappointment of buying the game, being really excited about it, and then it's like, oh, well, it doesn't work really, and I can barely play it. So I really just gave $70 to EA for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
So if you can't justify the quality increase for the overall price increase for the $70 games, what are we doing here? Like,
yeah.
Again, I know inflation's a hell of a thing, but like,
No,
it's still,
you're
you
not
can't
wrong.
promise these things and then not deliver. That's my issue.
Well, one thing I can say is shout out to Capcom, because Capcom is still dropping a lot of their games at $60. Like, I know Resident Evil came out at $60. Monster Hunter Rise, I think, came out like $40, maybe $50. I can't
No, it was like 40 to 50, like when it came out originally.
But their new releases are all like straight 60 bucks, $60 games. Like Street Fighter 6 coming out in 2 weeks. That's a $60 game. So I shout out to the people that are still selling the game for 60. I guess it's kind of like a weird segue into Nintendo finally entering, the atmosphere of dropping their games at $70 because Zelda was their first $70 release.
Yeesh.
Yeah. And when it's coming from Nintendo, it's like, fuck. It's like, I mean, we're already playing on this old ass system that has a hard time running a lot of games as is. Like, I don't know, man, but I put my money where my mouth is. The game is it deserves the scores that it's getting. But we'll talk about that a little later. But with a game like this, I don't think, especially with this being like a new IP too, I don't think they should have went the $70 route with that.
No, this easily, even if it like ran fine, it probably for me personally, because I don't care about vampires too much. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, the whole game about just fighting vampires sounds boring to me. Because I don't know what the variations on the enemy types are gonna be, and from what I've been told, it's like cultists and then the vampires, and that's about it. And that sounds really boring to play against. But for me, it'd be like a $40 game, maybe even $45. Like, let's change it up a bit and not round it up to like a zero. And that's if it ran good. You know what I mean? Even if it was like a kind of crappy game mechanic game and it ran good, still like a $40 game. But like, I don't know. I don't want to deter experimentation with games because that's usually how we get really good stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I can't like sit here and be like, oh yeah, it's fine that you guys fucked up, and then you'll get it next time, and then next time comes and it doesn't happen, and then it's like, oh well, we'll fix it when it's ready. And it's like I think we're just kind of tired of playing games that are broken at launch or partially missing content at launch.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean like they launch and it's like, oh well, multiplayer's not coming out for like 2 weeks. Like that's fine. Like if they got to set things up on the back end for that. But it's like if the game launches right and all the features are there and there's no DLC or anything coming out for another like half a year, right?
Yeah.
It's just like why? Like why is this launched in such a state? Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just we don't want that anymore. We just want finished games. Like a handful of games I can point to right now that are finished products, weren't buggy at launch, like broken, unplayable type. Elden Ring, Hi-Fi Rush. What was it? Fucking. I want to say what was one of the Sony God of War. You know what I mean? It's starting to get hard to like identify the games that come out like basically ready to come out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's like I'll justify spending $70 if I know the game's gonna come out and it's gonna function. Like Armored Core supposed to come out in August. I don't know if it's gonna be functional.
Yeah, they wilding with that, man. I seen that. I was like, what the fuck?
Like, first of all, I didn't even know the game was like they teased it last year. I didn't think it was coming out this year. And it looks like it's gonna be like the Elden Ring experience. Like they were like, you know what, we're gonna just make it open world, fuck it, and go have fun. Which is exciting, but at the same time it's concerning because if I drop $70 on this game, which I don't think it is $70, I think it might be
Yeah, because Elden Ring was
60.
60. Yeah, Elden Ring was 60.
I gotta check that real quick. I can literally Armored Core. Yeah, it's 60.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean like I'm a little more comfortable now dropping $60 on this, but like still like that $10 extra is still gonna be a hell of a thing if it's like
Tim, that's what the subject needs to be about. That might be what the title of this podcast is gonna be. Is the $10 really that big of a deal?
it kind of is. It is because it
Elaborate.
sets a precedent, right? So like
Okay.
For the longest time since the Xbox 360 era, games have been $60.
Yeah.
And it's only recently, thanks to like publisher, was it Sony? I think Sony was the first to do this, surprisingly. Games have jumped to the $70 price tag. And there's a lot of reasons for it. I think one reason was the pandemic, and the other reason was because of inflation. I think because of the pandemic and because of scalpers, they weren't able to reap the profits of selling games on their platforms because they couldn't get people to the platforms they needed to buy those games. So like, you know how hard it was for like 2020 and 2021 to get a PS5 for not like $1,000. Like, I'm not about to spend $1,000 on a PS5 just to spend another 70 to 100 and what is it, $40 on one or two extra games.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm paying like $1,100 for a PS5 in games, and then PS Plus, which is also $70 if you get the year thing. And then if they have that, I don't know, is it included now with PS Plus, or is it like separate with the online library, PlayStation?
Oh no, yeah, you just get that with the basic tier. So
Okay, yeah. So then
Yeah.
like you have all that, and it's like why am I spending all this much money just so I can play one video game? And I'm probably gonna play it like once and then put down and start playing like a multi-platform game. Like the $10 does matter to me because it's like, when is it gonna turn into $80? When is it gonna turn to $90? Then it's like every so often it's like, it's only $10. It's only $10. Like every time there's a price increase, but it's like, no, it's technically it's gonna be like $40. Because if it
Yeah.
gets to $100 per game, just to buy a game, that's like a $40 increase since the Xbox 360 era. And it doesn't matter to me that games have gotten more complex. The complexity of a game should not justify the price tag of it. Like, you can have super complex systems and sell it for like $70, right? But then there could be also another game that comes out that doesn't have as much as complex systems and is pretty fun and a lot funner than the other game with the super complex systems.
Mm-hmm.
So should I be paying less for that then, if that's your justification? Like, should all my indie games be like not AAA priced? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now let me play devil's advocate.
Right.
All right. I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this. Because all right, everybody knows at this point I'm kind of irresponsible, though, right?
Facts.
I played about 3 hours of Apex this season. And to be honest, I think I kind of had like a mental breakdown while playing Apex. And it kind of like it just stemmed into me just kind of being tired of like, not tired of Apex, but like the systems of Apex. So I think like I'm just kind of like turned off of Apex right now. I think to kind of revisit that conversation, I think they just need to come out with an Apex 2. They need to fix some of their systems, really balance out these guns. I think the Evo shields for me is like the biggest issue. I think there's too much health. The guns don't do enough damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you end up in these like pretty long engagements that they just end up being like too much sometimes.
Right.
And I just think I like mentally checked out of Apex. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
Okay. Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
What does this have to do with a $10 price increase?
Listen, I spent $10 on the battle pass
Fair.
for this season. For me to not even probably like dead ass, I might play this shit 2 more times this season with Crazy or Necro or whoever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really not playing Apex. Like, I'm just over it, dog.
Right.
I'm mostly over just battle royale altogether, but I'm over it.
Yeah.
But again, this is me saying I'm irresponsible. Like, I literally popped on, spent $10 on something I'm probably never gonna play for a while. Like,
Right.
really. So to me, a $10 increase on a lot of these games don't really bother me because I'm already irresponsible shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Um,
So let me say one thing. You're spending $10 on a game that costs you nothing to download. Apex
yeah,
is free by default,
but
but that's
listen, this is where I was gonna play devil's advocate at.
right.
I feel like all of these games, and I've been saying this, I think we've been saying this on a podcast for a while. A lot of these games are like now, like they're all fucking
Live
$60
service.
plus. They're all $60 plus.
Right.
There's none of these games nowadays, you're just spending $60.
Right.
None of them. None of them.
Right.
None of them.
Right.
Except for literally Elden Ring right now is the only game where we've all spent $60 and that's it.
Yeah, and I think
Once the DLC comes out, that'll be different. But
yeah, I don't. But at the same time, it's like Elden Ring's not as live servicey as all these other games that are out right now.
facts.
So that's also my counterpoint to kind of like your devil's advocate is, well, one, let's replace Apex with Call of Duty, right? Call of Duty on release is a $70 release. Okay. Game came out. There's a little bit of bugs, a little bit of hiccups, but for the most part, it works. And then after that, you have the Battle Pass. And then there's also the $20 cosmetics bundles and shit. And then there's also the kind of sort of pay to win shit with the DMZ. And you're right, we're not just spending like $60 for a game anymore. We're spending up to almost $1,000 sometimes, if depending on how much you like that game.
Mhm.
And while I don't have a problem with people spending money on a live service game, I don't care. They can get the bag, as much as they want. The game that's trying to earn money, I think it's great because if it's going to support the game, more content, cool. Keeps the ecosystem alive. May not make things fresher because they're not releasing a new release, but people are able to play their favorite game for longer rather than it be a 2 to 3 year life cycle. And then, the next $60, $70 game comes out. The thing is that if I'm paying $70 to gain entry to this game, right? Because the only thing free about Modern Warfare 2 is the Warzone mode. Everything else is you have to pay $70 for the campaign, for the Spec Ops shit, for the DMZ, for multiplayer. The only thing that's free is Warzone. So if you can't afford the $70 price tag, you can at least play Warzone and still spend money on the Battle Pass and still spend, money on the eShop stuff if you have to. My problem is that if that price tag keeps going up, the barrier to entry for most gamers, because majority gamers buy maybe like 2 to 3 games a year, right? Let's just say that most of the games we play are free to play. Like Overwatch, if Overwatch 2 wasn't free to play, I would not be playing it at all. That's just like right. Like to me, Overwatch 2 is Overwatch 1 with smoother gameplay. That's literally it. If they released that for $70 and then expected me to pay an extra $10 or so change for their battle pass every fucking season, I would have been like, nah, I'm not even going to play that game. Like, I don't care. Like, and I think it was smart of them to go free to play because then they can justify what they're doing now, which is, locking the heroes in the middle of the battle pass for $10. Do I like that? No, I think it's shitty. I think it's more pay to winny if you're not willing to fork over the $10 for the battle pass and then grind to level 50. But at the same time, it's like that $70 is your barrier to entry to any game now. So if I really want to play this game with my friends, I have to have $70 off rip. And then after that, it's like $10 here and there. But here comes the problem. It's like gamers don't just play one game, all right? There might be a couple that only like one game, like the dude, Let Me Solo Her, only plays Elden Ring just so he can fight Millennia over and over and over and over again for other people. Like, that's like maybe 10% of the gaming population does that. Like stuff like that. They stick to one game and that's their main game. That's all they want to play. Most gamers jump from game to game, which is why I said, if you get tired, since you're tired of Apex, you're going to more focused on Call of Duty or the other 300 FPSs that are out there. You know what I mean? Like you start playing CS:GO or Valorant or some shit. But those options are out there. It's just a lot of those options are blocked by a barrier of entry, which costs you $60 to $70 sometimes. Some of them are free, some of them are $60, $70. I've been saying for years that Siege needs to go free to play because at this point in time, I don't understand the logic of them charging like any money for just an account.
Yeah, they tripping. I was just playing with Crazy, who's a new player.
Yeah.
He just got the game.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get anything. Like, you still got to start with just the recruit.
Yeah.
And then you got to unlock. Like, I just think like the first couple years need to just be free at this point. And just
yeah. No,
they doing too much. They doing too
you can
much.
still technically get all the ops for free. Just you're gonna have to grind, and it's just still you still have to pay like $7
But
to get
the
in
fact that if I'm a new player in 2023 to Siege, I don't get like the starting 20. You don't get the starting 20.
You didn't get the starting 20 when you got Siege in the beginning either, like in 2015.
Yeah, but that was fucking 8 years ago. Like that was 8 years ago. Like
I think
dog, Crazy stood no fucking chance half the time.
That's because he's just not cracked as a recruit.
Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, like I just feel like I don't know why Siege isn't free to play.
It's just I think one reason is maybe to make it harder for hackers to get accounts, but at the same time, you can buy accounts for literally 99 cents off of other shady websites and shit. So it's like you could get Siege for a lot cheaper off of third-party resellers. Be that as it may, it's still like the barrier of entry in general for the game, newer games that come out is going to be $70. If I want to play Tears of the Kingdom and talk about it all my friends like I did Skyrim in 2011, it's $70. If I want to play, like fucking Diablo when it comes out, $70. And if you're going to increase the game and promise quality increase, then deliver on quality increase.
Yeah.
Don't go, oh man, well, it just doesn't, we'll fix it in like a half a year or 6 years or whatever. And then when it's finally fixed, no one wants to play it because it's like we've already moved on to the other shit. Like the only people that play it are usually diehard fans, right? Like I'm still playing Halo Infinite. They fixed a lot of shit. Season 4 is going to be lit. Whenever they release AI for Forge is going to be lit. Like, bro, the other day, I forgot to send this to you. They remade Battlefront 2 Classic space battles. Like, they made that in Forge, like in custom games. Like, the shit is lit. But at the same time, because of how shitty the launch was, that doesn't mean the billions of people that played the beta are going to come crawling back. Even though the game's free to play, it's still like, it has that nasty reputation. So when you have that attached with, oh, I paid $70 for this, it's like,
yeah,
it's worse. So Redfall, I don't think will ever come back from this. Even if they fix everything, like it's going to take a lot for them to get just a small little like cult following that will support the game until like its end. But like it doesn't have any previous successes like Jedi Fallen Order was and Jedi Survivor situation where it's like the gameplay is great, but the performance is shit. So it's kind of like wait to get it fixed and then I can enjoy this single player game. By then, hopefully the price will drop. But I feel like that if you're going to increase to $10, because the way things go, and it feels like things are moving really quickly. I feel like the $80 price tag is going to be on the horizon as soon as Nintendo and like pretty much all these other brands start standardizing $70. I feel like Sony, because it seems like Sony wants to be the leader on this bullshit, is going to jump to $80. And they're going to keep citing it. And it's like, bro, I don't care about your peach fudge
Yeah,
fuzz
so Sony was the
technological
leader
system.
on it. They were the leader on it, by the way.
Yeah, and I don't care about their Peach Fuzz technology on fucking Horizon Zero Dawn. I really don't. I
I
don't think
do.
that.
I
I
do.
don't think. I don't think that's worth the $10 increase.
I think it is.
I don't. I don't think it is.
With a game of like that type of quality, yeah.
I don't think it is.
Yeah.
I don't think. I think I would rather play the fucking game. You know, if I want to pay $70 to press A and then watch a movie, I'm not gonna.
Listen, to this day, I've yet to see any other game look as good as that game, and it's a console game. All right. I haven't even seen a PC game look that good.
Oh, you haven't seen Skyrim modded to hell.
I mean, yeah, it just looks super shiny though.
No,
Like,
but it looks good.
it looks good. Like I've seen 4K Skyrim, but like it's just super shiny. Like there's no like detail, like extreme detail. But we going off track, man. Like, honest to God, like me playing devil's advocate, like I said, like the way I look at it and the way I try to get a lot of my friends to look at it is that that is just your base entry fee for a lot of these games. It's like 60, $70, wherever they plan to charge. I can't even tell you how much money I've spent in like Destiny, Call of Duty. Shit, Call of Duty, I've probably spent 100 on the game. I just spent 30 on this season's Battle Pass. I spent 20 on last season's Battle Pass.
I could say that you've probably spent on this Call of Duty alone probably damn near $1,000.
Nah. Probably like 250, 300.
Did you buy any cosmetics?
Yeah, that's why I said like 300.
Did you pay to finish the battle pass?
Nah. That's Destiny. I do that.
Why?
That's Destiny.
Why though?
Because to be honest, Destiny's season pass has really good gear in it. Like I like the ornaments and shit that you get like towards the end. So I be wanting that shit. So I'm just like, all right.
I mean, that's fine.
I'll pop the little $20 so I can get it.
Like the FOMO shit though. I feel like is why we need to have, and it's crazy to me that a game like Halo Infinite was like the first to do this. Just permanent battle passes. Work on it. I feel like, and it's crazy, right? If your battle pass doesn't expire, right, you're more likely to play the game to finish it, so you can get what you want.
That's not true.
It's not true?
I don't think that's true, dog.
So if
At least
Call of Duty,
in Halo's case, I don't think that's true, dog.
I mean, like, yeah, because of its shit launch.
Not just that, Halo's like their season passes are like their battle passes aren't good, man. Like they're just not good. Like there's nothing like when I played with you for the new season, I was gonna buy the battle pass, but then I like looked through it. I'm like, dog, like some of this shit is cool, but a lot of this shit is shit. Like I just don't want it. You know what I mean?
I mean that's fair.
That's my opinion, though.
No, but that's a fair opinion because if you don't want the battle pass, you can skip that one and work on the next one. That's my point. It's like you get the option to choose of which battle pass to work on, rather than losing that option altogether. Because then you feel like you have to buy it. All right, let's think of it like this: it's a $10 battle pass. There's maybe 2 items you actually really want from them, but you don't want to drop the $10 right now, because you feel like it's not worth it. The battle pass expires, goes away forever. You never get those items again, right? Mm-hmm. Or battle pass doesn't expire. It just rotates to the next season's battle pass. And then it's like, you know what? I think I will drop $10 now that I'm in a comfortable financial situation that I can just drop $10 like that. Even if you're mad irresponsible. And then you go after those two items after you've already completed this season's battle pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a crazy concept to me that I feel like it would make the game, like, that season. Like, I'm already done like 90% of Halo Infinite's battle pass right now, right? And I've been playing casually, which means I'm just dropping in, playing few matches, and then switching to a different game.
Okay.
So I'm almost done. The season's half over, and then I'll be like ready for season 4. I think that's a totally fine thing, because if I don't finish it and I still want those items, which there are items in there that I want, it's like I'll just finish it in season 4 and then start the new season later. Like, it's not that crazy to me that they should implement this over FOMO, because all FOMO does is just make people like crazy about items that will never come back. And then like, all right, case in point, remember Fortnite? They had the Red Knight skin, right? Like that was like their first battle pass exclusive skin. They re-released that in the shop, like, I don't know, was it like 5 years later? Do you remember how mad their community was over that? Like how upset they were that they re-released a skin from an older battle pass?
I mean,
They were like irrationally mad about it. Like to me and you it would be no big deal. I'd be like, "Oh, cool, that was like in season 1, that's cool." Like, but the people that grinded to get that shit were so upset about it because it made it feel like they invalidated their time put into the game. You know what I'm saying? So like if the pass doesn't expire and people join your game later rather than when they were there day 1, they have that opportunity to still grind out that pass and still pay that $10 fee, and you're still making money for older items and gear. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like I don't,
nah.
and then it also gives the consumer the option to not only like, let's say I'm burnt out of Call of Duty, right? It doesn't matter if I have like 4 battle passes to grind out. I just don't feel like playing this game anymore right now. I'm gonna put it down for a month. I'm gonna come back to it, but I'm gonna put it down for right now. I can go play something else and have no worry or anxiety over losing the shit in that battle pass. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's like a crazy thing to say that battle passes shouldn't expire anymore. I think
No, you ain't wrong.
the age of FOMO needs to just die because it's just making these games less fun to actually play and turning it into a job.
I just think, no, I agree with that because that's my issue right now is that
You got to clock in to play Apex. You got to clock in to play Call of Duty. You got to clock in to play Siege. I want this, I want that, but I don't want to drop a band just to unlock shit in the battle pass. Like, yeah, sure, I skip tiers for money, but it's like I'm not trying to spend extra money on something I can do for free just by playing the game. Like, that's stupid.
this is true. Like, cause that's my problem right now. I'm like, damn, I got 8 days to finish out this Destiny battle pass.
But you
And
shouldn't have to drop a band on it. You
yeah,
know what I
you're
mean?
right.
And here's the thing: you can still keep that option to drop a band on it for the older passes if you want. Like, if you really don't want to grind that battle pass, but you want all the shit in it, and it's like an expired battle pass, so it's not even the current one out. If you save it, you can still have that option. You know, maybe reduce the amount each tier skip costs by like 50%, and then you still make money off that. You know,
Yeah.
for the people that really just don't care about like money like that and just want to throw their money away like that, keep it there for them. They could just pay it, get all the cool shit, and then work on the currency. Like that's what I'm saying. Like there's no real downside to them excluding the battle pass. Like get like to them not getting rid of it. Because all that FOMO, all that like FOMO hype goes away after like the first week. Because I no
No, you're
longer
not
give
lying.
I don't have the attention span to sit here and grind 100 tiers of this battle pass, especially when I'm being gatekept by challenges. So like it's just keep it. And then you don't have to justify Like if you have a live service game like that, and it's not a shitty single player co-op game that's a live service game, you could just justify keeping the battle pass by that. Like you don't have to fucking, you know what I mean? You don't have to raise the price tag now. Barrier entry is lower. I feel like for live service games, the barrier entry should be as low as possible so that you get as many people as possible playing your game. That means that you get the most amount of money possible because you're trying to get them to spend money in your game. That's like the whole strategy of live service.
Yeah, no, you ain't lying.
So the more cosmetic options, battle passes, like just shit for me to buy, the temptation of like excluding, loot boxes and shit, like just those options there, I'll be more likely to buy shit. So, I mean, like, I forget how this even got started, but like,
We talking about $70 games.
just went on a whole rant.
Me
But yeah.
personally, I think we talked about this before. I'm gonna just reiterate. I think this $70 games, because I think we talked about it when Sony first announced it.
Yeah.
So maybe like 20 podcasts ago. But I'm literally just like gonna say the same thing. I thought that when the PS4 came out, we were gonna get $70 games because that seemed to be the trend. GameCube, PS2, Xbox original, we had 50, 360 and all that. We had 60.
Yeah.
So I thought PS4 is going to be 70. So this is just, to me, in my brain, the progression.
Yeah.
This is just the progression. So am I mad it's going up? Like, I guess. I don't know, man.
I think it's more annoying.
I'll break it down to you like this. Drink some water because my fucking voice. I'm gonna break it to you down like this. I just went to Wawa this morning. I got a hoagie.
Mm-hmm.
And I got some chips.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was $12. That shit is gone, bro. Like that shit is gone. Like that's it. It's gone.
But was it good though?
Yeah, it's Wawa, so it's Wawa. Like I don't think
better
Wawa's
when you're drunk.
Ever good. I don't think Wawa's ever good. I think Wawa's just.
I think before they switched to the quick and easy fast food trend, back when they actually cooked their food, it was probably good. But no, that's before both of our time.
What I'm trying to say to y'all, broke niggas, is that $10 really ain't that much of a difference, dog. You spend $10 on so much dumb shit. Like, you go get a parking ticket, that's $35. All right.
Why are you getting parking tickets?
I'm just saying.
Motherfucker, park properly, bro.
Go get a parking ticket. That's $35.
Why are you parking in the red zone, bro? Why are you not paying your meter, bro?
Yo, you can literally go buy Monster Hunter Rise right now with that. But you just paid a parking ticket.
Bro.
I'm just trying to give y'all broke nigga logic, man.
Listen, it's not that. I mean, like you say, $10 on like a sandwich and some chips, right? Like $12. It's nothing, right? It's nothing, right? But it's like, okay, $10 on top of 60, and then it's $10 on top of 70, and then it's $10 top of 80. And it's $10 top of 90.
It gets expensive. We get it, man.
That's the point. That's all I'm saying.
I spent $100 on this new Zelda.
And you're lucky it actually works. That's my point. It's not about the whole $10 increasing. It's the fact that
I gotta see how much this amiibo is worth now.
God damn.
Because I bought the amiibo.
Bro, that's probably like $20 right now.
It was 50. I bought it for 15. Oh, it's still 15. Holy shit.
I mean, the game just came out. They probably overmade a bunch of that.
They did say like limited stock at first, so.
They always say limited stock at first. I mean, it's the same thing with the physical copies of Metroid, and then they restock it.
It's not available.
It just came out.
You can't buy it at Target.
It just came out.
Yeah, let's go.
Give it a month. If I can find it in a month for the same price, I'll let you know.
I'm about to see. Tears of the Kingdom, John. Yeah. How much is that bitch? How much is that bitch?
What, on eBay?
Yeah, I'm about to look. Keep talking to him. No, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Wait, what? Motherfucker, we're in the middle of recording. Shit your pants.
I gotta pee, man. Like,
Man, piss yourself.
Just keep.
You're gonna abandon the people. Don't leave me.
Tell me this.
Here with them.
Tell me this. We'll tell them this because I ain't gonna be here for it.
Fuck you.
So, would you be okay if games went up to $80?
Not really, no.
Elaborate.
Damn, you're really gonna be all right.
Elaborate.
You're not even gonna hear it, but all right. Fuck it.
Oh.
The same argument as before. It's like if it went up to $80, you got essentially like it's another $80 you got a budget for a game that you may or not enjoy. Like, and let's say you do the smart thing, right? You wait a week before, you read all the reviews and shit, and the game is good, and then you drop $80, and you're happy with your purchase. You don't regret it. That's fine. But the problem is like a lot of people are gonna day one adopt games because they're hype as shit about it and they're excited about it. So like, basically, what's got to happen here is like you spend that $80 day one to be like the early fucking testers. It comes out, it's broken, doesn't work, gameplay shit, everything shit about this game. You really just spent $80 on this game. In most cases, you can't even return this shit. You know what I mean? They won't let you return it. You're like, oh, maybe like Steam has a 2-hour gaming policy. So like if you play the game and it's bad and you got to return it, and you've already exceeded that 2-hour policy, you can't return it. Like there's only special cases where you can actually return it, like Cyberpunk's case where the game's completely and utterly broken. And I feel like Redfall would be the same case. So it's like in Jedi Survivors, I think it's also the same case. It's the issue is that the price, you keep increasing the price, the quality isn't actually getting better. The games are all coming out half finished or broken or buggy. There's very small percentage of games that are coming out completely finished and with very like a few bugs here and there. Sure, that's not a problem for most gamers. But my frame rates are like at 2. Like what? What is this? What is going on? It's just, it doesn't matter what the price point is at this point in time. If the game's going to come out and shit, and if your response is, oh, well, we're going to increase because we want to ensure the quality of our games, and then the quality comes out and it's shit.
Yeah, it's ass, yeah.
You're just lying to me at that point, because to me, that's just saying, and not to mention the fact that most gaming companies like EA lay off thousands of staffers every quarter to increase their profit margins. So it's not even the fact that they're like, they're making more money off the base price point, because they could invest maybe 100,000 in a game and make 60 times that back on release. And then if it's a live service game, they're still making a shit ton of money on that too. Like, and then they lay off people to make their profits look even better. It's just like at a certain point you got to call a spade a spade. It's like just greedy.
Nah, I agree with that. I do. Listen, don't let my frivolous spending ass tell y'all how to spend y'all money and all that shit. But I'm just I've been trying to do this since Sony announced that all their games are going to be 70. I'm just trying to, because I remember that podcast. Julio was here. Bro, the PC community would freak out. And now
They did freak out.
And y'all still buying the games at $70 fucking dollars. So it's like, I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. It's just at that point where it's just like, fuck it. I think that's the way I look at it. Like, fuck it.
Yeah, but it's like, there's a point where it's like, all right, you know how like they always say don't pre-order games?
Mm-hmm.
And then motherfuckers pre-order games and the game is ass and it's broken and all that shit. And we're like, oh, well, we fucking told you.
Well, that's why, like, me personally, and I'm not just saying this because we're a podcast. Make sure you make informed decisions.
Nah, fuck it, we ball.
I mean, I'm a ball out for y'all.
Fuck it, we ball.
I'm a ball out for y'all, but you guys listening to the podcast, just take it easy. All right, chill the fuck out. Yeah, let us spend our money and then talk about it. Yeah.
Don't spend your money. In fact, if you want to spend your money, drop a sub on his tweet.
Yeah, do that. Don't buy the game until I tell you to buy the game. Redfall, don't buy that shit. Go get Game Pass.
I think by the time this podcast comes out, they're well aware not to buy Redfall. I don't think there's any fence sitters. If there is, come on the podcast. I want to talk to you.
The only Redfall you need to buy is Elder Scrolls 6 Redfall.
Is that what it's called?
It was a joke, but back when Bethesda first trademarked the name Redfall, people thought that was gonna be the title of the next.
Because like the Red Guards and shit.
Yeah. People thought it was gonna be the next title.
Nah, absolutely. Yeah. It was totally a vampire game from the rip.
I'm gonna play it for y'all one day. I got Game Pass, so I got nothing to lose.
Just wait like a good year.
Yeah, but at least think it's eventually gonna see. That's the problem with Xbox. A lot of their games eventually become good. Like Sea of Thieves was ass when it first came out.
Sea of Thieves was good. It just didn't have content. That's the thing. It's like it's the same thing with like Halo Infinite. It was good, like gameplay wise is good, but there's no content. There's nothing to do. So like that's why your community kind of left, because it's like, well, bro, we played the fucking beta all month, and the game launches, and it's like,
they waited too long with that game. We gotta have a podcast where we really sit down and just be like, yo, what the fuck went wrong with Halo?
Yeah, man, we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that shit. That shit is done to death. We already know what went wrong. It's just like they weren't prepared. They were not prepared at all to make that game. And that's just what it is. They were gonna ride Halo 5 till it died.
Let's hope Bethesda is prepared to.
I don't know why you're trying to.
Jetpack sex. I don't know.
I don't know what segue you're trying to do, bro. We're already talking about a Bethesda game. It's fucking Redfall.
Yeah, but I was trying to transition that into Starfield.
That is so ass.
I just said jetpack sex.
Sex. Yo, how is a rating for M fucking jetpacks? Whoa, bro, this game's gonna have sex and drugs in it, but what really makes it mature is the fucking jetpack. I don't fucking get it.
Like,
dude.
Is there actual jetpack sex?
That'd be lit. I don't know how that would work, but that'd be lit.
Your thrust game got to be crazy. Can you imagine you got a jetpack?
You get one thrust.
And you just thrusting into it with all of your power.
You get one thrust.
Your energy and your jetpack. Like that just
you get one thrust. That's it. Just like real life. You get one thrust.
What scared me was in-game purchases.
Okay. Oh, for Starfield?
Yeah, that scared me.
Why does that scare you?
Because if you remember, when Skyrim came out, same thing with Fallout. They both didn't have any microtransactions. So this game is going to be releasing with probably cosmetic microtransactions.
I mean, if it's cosmetics, I don't care. That's the thing, is if it's cosmetic, I don't care, because I don't have to buy it. If it's not like a gameplay feature that's locked behind something, it's fine. Like, I'm paying. Listen, I'm gonna pay $70. I want the whole goddamn game, and I want it functional. You know what I mean?
Look, I'm just letting y'all know in advance, I ain't streaming that day.
I'm streaming.
That's
You
a
can see how
Wednesday.
shit it runs on my PC.
That's gonna be the problem for me. Am I gonna get this on PC or am I gonna get on my
Bro, I
Xbox?
feel like this is if it's as half as good as Skyrim, you're gonna get on everything. You may not get it all at the same time, but they'll re-release this fucking shit on the fucking fridge, and you'll buy it for that.
I can't get it on my preferred system though, which is like kind of irritating, but not like
What, on
irritating.
PS5?
Yeah.
What? I mean, isn't Starfield gonna be on Game Pass anyway?
Yeah, but I want to own this.
I mean, that's fine.
I have
I'm
to
probably
own
gonna do
this.
this. I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah, I'll probably get it on PC.
This is one of those games that I'm like, fuck it, we ball, and I drop $70 on it because I want to play it. Is it gonna work for me? I have no fucking clue.
I ain't streaming it. This is something I wanted to talk about on the podcast too, but I didn't get a chance to.
Yeah.
So the Activision, there's a lot of shit that's going on with the Activision Microsoft merger thing.
Oh my god.
The FTC got involved in all this other shit. We're not going to talk about it. There's
Please
1,000 YouTube videos that'll explain it way better than I want to. For real, I don't want to talk about it.
I have so much fatigue about this topic.
Me too, but it looks like it's going to go through, and it's probably going to go through sooner than we expect, is what I'm thinking.
The sooner the better, so we can stop talking about
so this is what I want to let you guys know. This is just going to be a BLAZEDxENFERNO tip. Thank me later. You might want to hold out on buying Diablo 4 because Diablo 4 might be on Game Pass. And that's what I'm hoping on.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I think by the end of the summer, they're going to have that shit finalized. We gonna have Diablo 4 on Game Pass, and it's gonna be fucking lit.
Yeah, so I'm literally waiting a week to play Diablo 4. So
I'm not buying Diablo 4. Like I'm
just waiting a week. I want to see what it's gonna be like. The launch is like, and if the launch is bad, I'm not worrying about it, buying it anytime soon. Like that's me.
I need you guys to just have some integrity and not buy this fucking game, so I won't buy it.
Oh no, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna stream it. Sorry, I'm punching my mic stand right now. I'm gonna play it and stream it, and I'll be like, Blaze, look how much fun I'm having. Oh man, look at these battle passes that you can waste money on.
I'm gonna be writing your chat.
Do you know there's 3 tiers of battle pass in this? Did you know there's a deluxe edition where you buy everything but the game?
Yeah, I saw that. That was weird. I'm gonna be writing your chat like
this is for you, dog. This is for you. This is the BLAZEDxENFERNO experience. Buy this shit twice. Get the deluxe edition without the game. Get the deluxe edition with the game, and then buy the three tiers of battle, and not fucking play the game.
It's fucking wild.
Oh shit, yo, this is all you, dog. This is literally $300 right here.
I gotta see who else. I gotta see who else is gonna buy it.
And you got it. If you buy the deluxe edition, you get a 4-day head start.
Cause I know Angel says she's getting it, but I don't know anybody else that really said they're gonna get it. Like,
I'm probably gonna cop it. I'm probably gonna cop it for Julio too. So at least 2 people.
Oh, that's 4 right there.
Yeah. Yeah, but like at the same time, it's like, again, I'm like waiting a week because if it's like any issues with network connectivity or glitches, I'm just gonna hold off a month then and just wait till it's all fixed up.
I really don't wait till the end of the summer because like I'm gonna keep it real with you.
No, bro, end of the summer is Armored Core season.
Nah, you tripping?
I'm playing the shit out of that. That looks fun.
I'll be there for your stream. For me, right now, right? Street Fighter 6. I'm definitely getting that shit. Then after that, I think like 2-3 weeks later, Final Fantasy 16 comes out.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That's it. That's like it for the summer until Starfield. I ain't getting shit else. I ain't getting shit else. Because Final Fantasy 16 is gonna take my life.
I mean, I'm surprised Tears of the Kingdom hasn't.
It is. Trust me, it is. That was a good segue. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I know. That's how you do it, by the way.
Yeah, whatever. So Tears of the Kingdom, man, it good. Yeah, it very good.
All right, thanks for watching the Infernal Gaming Podcast. That's it.
No, it deserves like everything that it's getting right now, dog.
Well, that's good.
I've only got maybe like 8 hours in, but I'll keep it real with you. I played a little bit on stream during my subathon. People were fucking with it. I was fucking with it. It's literally just Breath of the Wild, but just with a new problem, a new, just same world, really. Just some things changed. Like, I know we're like the bird villages, like the Rito village. I just got there. There's snow instead of it just being like how it was before.
Yeah.
So they changed up the world a bit. There's actual dungeons this time instead of just, these little shrines. And then you got the thing you go inside of and that's it. There's like actual like dungeons. There's caves all over. There's so much to do, dog. So much to do.
And you can make like stuff. You can build stuff too.
Yeah, so let me break that down. Let me drink this water real quick.
All right, we're about to be here for another hour.
Let me break this down real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you got 4 new abilities. You got this ability to ascend, which you can go through like solid objects and like swim up, like literally swim up through a solid object. You have Ultra Hand, which is basically like telekinesis. You can grab anything and mold it to other things and build structures like to, traverse the environment. And then you have Fuse, which you just said you can literally fuse shit to your weapons. Like you can fuse weapons to weapons.
Oh
like,
shit.
You can make some weird shit, dog. Like you make some like I'm running around with a sword with a boulder in it. All right. And then I got a shield. with a dragon head on it that shoots fire.
That's lit.
So like it gets wild. And if you're a creative dude, like you can do a lot with the fuse system. It's really good, man. Like I said, what I've played, I'm not gonna rate it yet. I'm gonna wait. But it definitely deserves everything it's getting. So don't think that score is not deserving, because it definitely deserves this shit.
I mean, compared to like the 10 out of 10 that Jedi Survivors got, and then all of the issues that it had versus this game, like performance wise, how do you feel about it?
All right, man. So I was telling Eknight before we started this podcast, I'm no longer buying a Pokemon game. Like I think I'm done buying Pokemon games, because Game Freak has showed that they just don't know how to make games, number one, anymore. And 2, they don't run good. And like really, honest to God, that's the only thing that's stopping me from playing like Scarlet. Like I don't like the way it runs at all. Like it sometimes makes me like fucking sick to look at that fucking game. Like when I see something moving at like fucking 3 frames per second in the background, I'm like, bro, like I'm about to throw the fuck up. Like, what is this? Meanwhile, all right, fully open world, by the way, Zelda runs great. I haven't had any problems. It probably does drop frames, but I don't notice it at all. Like I was telling Eknight, my only issue is specifically in the starting area, the color saturations can be like a little weird. So you kind of like, it's difficult to see certain things, like especially if it's like a high yellow or like a high green. Well, not a high green, but like a high yellow. So yeah, it's just kind of hard to see sometimes. But other than that, like I said, performance-wise, it runs good. Game runs good. I got the amiibo with the game. I'm hype. The amiibo went up to $30, by the way. because it's sold out everywhere. Swag. Yeah, dog. It's more Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is like it may take my place as like my favorite Zelda game. So Tears of the Kingdom might easily take over that. Because it's just more of Breath of the Wild, just with more to do and better mechanics, I guess. I don't know.
I would say better mechanics.
Yeah, so definitely worth the $70. If you want, if like I said, like we said earlier in the podcast, let us buy the game for you and we'll tell you to go buy it. Go spend that $70. Go do it. Go do it. We're gonna close this podcast out with this quick rumor, and then we're gonna jet. Because I'm gonna give you all a more in-depth review of Zelda when I get to actually beating it or get further in it. There's a rumor. Resident Evil 9 Apocalypse, that is the next game. What they did is they were clever with it. If you don't know, the past couple Resident Evil games, they've been taking a word in the game and then in the name, like with Biohazard, they took like the whatever and turned it into a 7. With Village, they took the what was it? The V in the 2 eyes or the whatever and turned it into an 8. Well, with the Apocalypse, they turned the L and the Y into a IX. It's kind of dope. But yeah, that's apparently the next game. Is Resident Evil 9 Apocalypse. And I guess Ethan's story is over. I mean, if you played Resident Evil 8, you know that.
I don't even think it started up.
And we're going back to Chris, Claire, and Jill as the rumored protagonists for the game.
No, we want Leon.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that neither, but I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how you feel about this.
I mean, like, Resident Evil's never been like my crazy favorite franchise. I mean, it's a cool game. Like, I'll probably pick up Resident Evil 4 when it's a bit cheaper, but I still got to beat. I beat 7, and I thought 7 was cool. I haven't played 8 at all, and I want to, but I just haven't had the time to play it. So, I mean, it's gonna be interesting what Apocalypse is gonna look like. Is it gonna be more like the remake, or is it gonna be more like 7 and 8, where it's first person? Who knows?
Yeah, who knows, man? Might be co-op. Who knows?
A co-op would be a nice change of pace for this.
Yeah, maybe.
I just hope I guess I would want them to focus more, like, because I know Resident Evil is like mostly a zombie game, but it's like the way they came out with the monsters in 7 I really liked. So I want more of that. I don't want just zombies, if that makes sense.
No, that makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense.
Just like make all the crazy ass creatures you want.
But yeah, man, that's it, and that's all we got for the podcast. We had a nice little discussion there in the middle. I kind of want to apologize if my energy was a little off on this episode. I'm kind of like focusing on this and kind of focusing on my cat, make sure he's all right, because he's like, I don't know, I came in the house and he's making a lot of noises and shit. He's like chilled the fuck out now, so. And he's like running around and shit. So I guess he's cool, but I'm probably going to end up taking him to the vet. If not today, then tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely get him checked out.
Yeah, if he's wilding. So I apologize if my energy wasn't there. I kind of let Eknight take the brunt of the podcast. This has been a good episode, man. I hope you enjoy it, man. As always, make sure you check out the links below in the description. Check us both out on YouTube and Twitter and all that good shit. Eknight, you got anything to say?
Fuck it, we ball. I gotta take a shit.
Fuck it, we ball. Peace out, y'all.
Later.